Food particles and cell debris provide high concentrations of nutrients near surfaces such as teeth and gums, creating favorable conditions for microbial growth, tissue damage, and disease. When you are born, you typically do not have any teeth and only gums. When teeth appear, these new surfaces are colonized by anaerobes that are specifically adapted to grow in biofilms on the surfaces of the teeth and the gingival crevices. These biofilms can be defined as plaque. Dental plaque is a mixed culture biofilm made of a thick layer of diverse microbial community of bacterial, salivary proteins, bacteria, proteins, and polymers, and water. Bacteria living in the plaque are protected against lysosomes found naturally in human saliva, which can degrade peptidoglycan, cell walls, and bacteria. Microbes in the mouth can also cause other infections such as gingivitis. Gingivitis can be defined as inflammation on the gum tissues due to bacterial infection near the gingivitis crevices. The human GI tract is responsible for the digestion of food and absorption of nutrients and comprises the stomach, small intestine, and large intestine. The stomach, which is highly acidic, creates a chemical barrier to the entry of microbes in the lower GI tract. However, despite the unappealing environment, microbes can populate this area, such as several species of gram-positives and Helicobacter pylori. The composition of the intestinal microbiome in humans varies and is somewhat dependent on diet. For example, people who eat a lot of meat show higher numbers of bacteria and lower numbers of coliforms and lactic acid bacteria than those on a vegetarian diet. Diseases that are spread primarily through direct contact are staph infections, certain types of ulcers, and hepatitis. STDs in particular can be caused by a wide variety of bacteria, viruses, protists, and even some fungi. STDs require a protected and moist environment, so typically they colonize the genitourinary tract. Most STDs are curable with the exception of HIV and AIDS. Delayed treatment, however, can maintain lines of transmission and can lead to long-term health problems such as infertility, cancer, birth defects, nerve diseases, or destruction of the immune system. The most prevalent foodborne disease in the U.S. are food infections and food poisoning. Food poisoning and intoxication results from indigestion of foods containing performed microbial toxins. The microbes that produce the toxins do not have to grow in the host and may not even be alive at the time the contaminated food is ingested. The bacterium that I've been working with throughout this semester is E. coli. E. coli is a bacteria found in the environment, foods, and intestines of people and animals. Relating back to this unit, while most strains of E. coli are harmless, others can make you sick. Some kinds of E. coli can cause diarrhea, while others cause urinary tract infections, respiratory illness, and pneumonia. E. coli can be described as a food and waterborne disease. It is transmitted to humans primarily through consumption of a contaminated food such as raw or undercooked ground meat products, raw milk, and contaminated raw vegetables.